So it's one thing to be armed and prepared with all of our healthy groceries for the week. I mean, my husband often says to me, babe, you've turned our fridge into a garden. Okay, probably fair enough. But it's another thing trying to figure out what the heck are we gonna do with all of this food? Losing weight eating a whole food plant-based diet is one of the best, most sustainable ways to lose weight. But there is one important detail that we have to give attention to. We have to know how to turn all that beautiful, healthy food into delicious, satisfying meals. So with that being said, let me show you what I eat. Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Stasia and I'm following a high carb, low fat, plant-based diet, oil-free, based on the recommendations of Dr. John McDougall's book called The Starch Solution. My channel is all about my own personal health and weight loss journey, as well as helping you with yours. So if you are on a plant-based weight loss journey and you want to follow along mine to get all my tips and tricks that I'm learning along the way, my recipes, my what I eat in a day videos, then be sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right guys, so I told you before in my other videos that my 2021 health and weight loss game is strong right now. So to expect lots of what I eat in a day videos, recipe videos, all that good stuff. So here it is, and they're gonna keep on coming. I wanna show you guys what I'm eating, most of my foods being super simple, to show you that it doesn't have to be complicated to eat this way. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you're starting a new lifestyle, when you're trying to follow recipes that maybe you've never even heard of some of the ingredients in them. It doesn't have to be like that. Seriously, we can keep it really simple and it works. So today's video is a little bit special because I will be showing my featured Facebook recipe. So today's dinner is actually from one of my members in my Facebook group that I randomly selected to share with all of you guys. This will actually be the second featured Facebook recipe that I've done on my channel. So if you'd like a chance at having one of your meals shown on YouTube, then be sure to join my Facebook group. The link will be in the description box below. Oh yeah, and I should totally mention that the Facebook group is so amazing for support and guidance for this way of eating, so be sure to check it out. All right, already, so who is this person that was nice enough to share this delicious meal within our Facebook group and now with all of you guys? Hi, Ellie. So Ellie is a stay-home mom to two beautiful daughters, one being 3 years old and the other being 6 months old. And she used to be a hairdresser for many years, but due to COVID, she is now enjoying spending all the extra time with her babies. Thanks so much, Ellie, for sharing your recipe with us. I'm sure everyone's going to enjoy it just as much as I did. All right, enough chit chat. Let's get in the kitchen. Okay, so I think it goes without saying that almost all of my breakfasts usually start with oatmeal, but this one here is perfect if you just don't have time to make oatmeal or you just want to switch it up here or there. It's an organic brand cereal made by Nature's Path, and it's high in fiber and low in fat. I find it nice sometimes to have a cold breakfast versus my hot breakfast every day. It's just nice to change it up. And speaking of cold, I love my frozen cherries, and it makes the milk ice cold. I don't think my breakfast would be complete if I didn't add a banana to it. Doesn't really matter if it's oatmeal or cereal. So in terms of how much, I don't really measure out my cereal. I just try to fill the bowl about 1/3 to a half of the way, and then I fill the rest up with my fruit. Oh yeah, as I've mentioned before in a couple of my other videos, I've been trying to get in about 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed every single day. So as you can see, I just grounded this up myself in my Ninja cup, and I love to add this to both my cold cereal and my oatmeal every single day. As far as the frozen cherries go, I love me some cherries, but I try to keep it around 1 cup or so. And with the banana, sometimes I do 1 full banana, sometimes only half. It really just depends on how hungry I am. And then I simply top it off with some plant-based milk and my breakfast is ready to go. Again, this is not a breakfast I have every day, but it certainly helps in a pinch. There have definitely been times that I've been running out the door and just simply unable to wait for the oatmeal, even for the 10 minutes it takes to cook. So this has come in handy quite a few times. It's healthy, it's simple, and it's delicious. Okay, so this right here has been changing my life when it comes to making fries. It can actually slice and dice in all types of ways, but I've so far just used it for the fries and I love it. I picked it up at Walmart, but I will check on Amazon to see if it's there, and if so, I will post the link in the description box below. I mean, look at this. These are perfectly cut fries, and I did it in about 20 seconds or so. So for today's lunch, I'm having sweet potato fries and some of my leftover soup. So after you peel and chop your sweet potato, you want to blanch it in boiling water for 5 minutes. I found that any longer than 5 minutes was too much. We want them to still be slightly on the firm side because we will be putting them in the air fryer. So next I strain them from the water, and now I want to season them with garlic salt. For those of you who have not tried garlic salt and sweet potato, ooh, it is so good. However, if you are watching your salt or it just does not sound appealing to you, then by all means you can skip this step. But I promise the sweet and salty combo is delicious. So after I seasoned them, I threw them in the air fryer on 375 for another 10 minutes. When I tell you that these turned out perfect, I mean perfect. They were a little crispy on the outside, super soft on the inside, and honestly, they tasted just as good as anything you can order from a restaurant, except without the oil. When it comes to a dipping sauce for sweet potato fries, I love some sweet and sour sauce or a little plum sauce on the side. Okay, so for those of you who just saw my starchy soup video I put out a couple of days ago, this is the same soup that I'm having for lunch. It's filled with potatoes, beans, and non-starchy vegetables, so if you'd like the recipe for that, I will leave the link to the video in the description box below. This soup is actually filling enough to eat alone, but today I didn't want as much soup so I could have a little bit of sweet potato fries on the side. This meal kept me full for hours. It was simple, filling, and delicious. This is Ellie's recipe for a pasta salad that she said was inspired from one of the forks over knives recipes that she made before. So she had used chickpea pasta and I am using rice pasta today. However, you can choose any style of pasta that you like. I noticed in Ellie's original post for her meal that she used the macaroni styles, so that's why I went with these ones. So when it comes to pasta, I don't eat it all the time, but when I do, I prefer to weigh it out just to eat it per the recommended serving size so that I don't go overboard. So to get started with the salad, you want to start by boiling your pasta. That way while your pasta is cooking, you can start to prep all the veggies. After your pasta is done cooking, you want to strain it and set it aside to become completely cool before we add it to the salad. You need 1 can of beans. Ellie used white kidney beans and I used chickpeas. You'll need 2 cups of shredded romaine lettuce. And then moving on to your added veggies, you will need a 1/4 cup of cilantro or parsley, and I used parsley today. You will need a 1/2 cup of diced carrots and a 1/2 cup of diced celery. And then the recipe calls for 1 red bell pepper diced, however, I ended up just using half. Then you will need a 1/4 cup of diced onions and 1/2 cup of chopped tomato. The way that all these colorful vegetables come together makes such a gorgeous salad. So although the recipe calls for 1/2 cup of diced carrots, I actually prefer when my carrots are shredded in my salad. It just comes down to a matter of texture and preference, so feel free to prepare the carrots however you like. So as far as the rest of the vegetables go, it's pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure that all your vegetables are cut into really thin, small, bite-sized pieces. And again, as I always like to remind you guys, even though I'm actually following a recipe here and doing it pretty much as the recipe calls for, there are no hard rules. If there's any of these vegetables that you don't particularly like, or you just prefer to have something else, then feel free to use whatever you have or whatever you like. Always feel free to swap things out or improvise on a recipe. The goal here is always to make the food taste good to you. So that's it, guys. We have the pasta cooked, our add-on veggies chopped, so let's get this salad started. So again, the recipe calls for 2 cups of chopped romaine lettuce. So as you can see here, I'm chopping my romaine lettuce a little bit on the thin side, but again, that just boils down to a matter of preference. You can chop the lettuce however thick or thin that you prefer. Okay, so to build this salad, I like to start with the greens on the bottom and then topping the greens with both the starches. So I'm adding my chickpeas, and then next I will be adding the cooked rice pasta. After adding your greens and starches, then next you're going to top the salad with all of your chopped add-on veggies. I will let you guys just watch and see how beautiful this salad comes together. I mean, if your mouth is not watering at this point, I don't think you're human. Look how beautiful this salad is. It's gorgeous. It's not only beautiful, but it is super nutritious and super, super filling. But what is a good salad without a good dressing? Let me show you guys that now. So for the salad dressing, all you need is 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and 3 tablespoons of golden balsamic vinegar. However, I didn't have any golden balsamic vinegar, so I just ended up using regular balsamic vinegar, and it turned out just fine. And 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. However, all I had was garlic salt, so I just didn't add any extra salt. Mix it up, and you've got yourself a delicious dressing to go with that salad. Like I said in my last video, I just love a starchy salad. I love how they are an all-in-one meal and how the salad isn't the side dish, but it becomes your main dish. And remember, when you're eating this way, you do not have to limit yourself, especially when it comes to salad. So if you wanted 1 plate or 2 plates of this, knock yourself out. You can have as much as you like. And then I just topped it off with some freshly cracked pepper, and my dinner was done. Thanks again, Ellie. The salad was delicious. I can certainly see it becoming a staple in this house. For those of you who would like to try it, I will leave the recipe in the description box below. All right, so as I mentioned a few times now, I allow myself up to 1 ounce of nuts every single day. So tonight's snack, I was having a chopped apple with cashew cream. So to make the cashew cream, I measured out 1 ounce of cashews, and then I soaked them in warm water for about 15 to 20 minutes. This just helps to soften them, and it will make the cream creamier. So after they soaked, I just put them in my single serving Ninja blender to blend them up. I added exactly 2 tablespoons of water, and that brought it to a perfect consistency. You can also add a couple of drops of vanilla extract if you'd like to enhance the flavor a little. So after blending for about 30 seconds, this is what the cashew cream looked like. It turned out perfect, nice and creamy. And next, I chopped up my organic apple, and there is my snack. Simple, delicious, and healthy. If you are not eating nuts at this time, the cashew cream can easily be replaced with some low-fat PB&Me peanut butter. But if you are eating nuts, then definitely give this one a try. I wasn't lying when I said my soup and salad game is also strong too. And how about that pasta salad? It tastes just as good as it looks, so be sure to give that one a try. And again, Ellie, thank you very much for sharing. Okay, you guys, so we're getting to the middle of January, and this is right around the point that our New Year's resolutions motivation starts to kind of dwindle off, but don't let it. Always remember what your why is, and if you have to go back to that over and over and over, then do just that. We are in a new year. Granted, yes, some very crazy times in the world, but now is still the time to regain your health and happiness. You got this, I got this, we got this. So I'm gonna leave it on that note. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.